Didn't we start this way last week too with no sound? What a scrub. Why do you guys even come here? What an amateur. It's like I've been streaming for 2 days. Or 6 years, 7 years. Jeez. Well, welcome. Welcome to the first stream of the new year. Jamie McDonald says this stream is gonna be epic. Epic. Maybe we can make it epic. I don't know. What we are gonna do is we're gonna talk about this year's plans for the channel, for the fish room, and just future plans for Steenfott Aquatics in general. What a maroon. Oh, poignant. Yeah, if you guys can leave a poignant review of this stream when it is over, I would appreciate it. Yeah, really, I just silenced the mic at the start just to troll everyone. Make sure everyone's paying attention, not sleeping yet. Give it 20 minutes, you'll probably be asleep. But I'm going to set the timer for 20 minutes, and then I'm going to yell into the microphone. What a maroon. What a maroon. So I want to thank all the members for coming out and hanging out in the stream prior. If you don't know, we do a members-only stream an hour before this one, hour and a half before this one, for usually about an hour. So, don't forget, members, come and hang out. If you're not a member, then we get to hang out right now. Either way. Win-win. Win-win-win. My Tetra Whisper 20 air pump is almost dead, I think. I can't get air stones to bubble unless they're only like an inch below the surface. Yeah, but the Tetra Whispers, you might just want to make sure that the little filter pad thing is not all clogged up, which should be right underneath. Or it could just be going dead. Set the timer for 20 minutes so I know when to turn on the football game. Okay, I see how it is. I don't even know who's playing, so I don't know. Is it going to be a good game? I have no idea. Oh boy. So what's new? What are we gonna be doing? First of all, well, I might give it another minute or two. Window Liquor number 5, one of the best names on YouTube. Don't forget, if you want to get some fish, click on that link, the pinned comment, and get some fish from Dan's Fish. Thanks so much for everyone who has been using that link. We've gotten a lot of clicks the last couple days, so I appreciate it. Just want to say thank you. Watching both. Maybe I should see who's playing. What 2 crappy teams are playing? That's what I'm going to Google. Who am I up against here tonight? I'm up against the Bills and the Bengals. That's actually pretty tough competition, to be honest. I think both those teams are doing kind of decent this year, right? Dang. Hopefully it's the last. Is it the last Monday Night Football? That would be great. Is there one next week? Next week's got to be the last if there is one. Linda says, last week I was shocked there was sound. She was shook. Linda was shooken. Cincy in Buffalo. Yeah, at least it's the last one. Maybe we'll get some more people here, now that football's over after this week, though. Aquatic Morning Show. Oh, hello. Well, hello, Jess. Good to see you. Saints Dust Aquarium says, there are replacement parts for the Whispers, but they are not very cost effective. Yeah, you can buy like those pumps for like $5 on Amazon. Davo says, don't know, don't care. Right on. We're in the same boat. Don't know, don't care. But I'm curious because if they are good teams, that means there'll be less people here. I don't know why anyone would pick rigged football over this live stream, but I don't know. Apparently some people do. It's just the way it is. One will be AFC champions. I am the AFC champion. Me. All right. That's enough time. Let's talk. Holy smokes, was I excited right then. let's talk about what's happening, what's going to be going on this year. First thing I want to talk about is that I have reactivated my Facebook group. Probably one of the only times I'm going to talk about this in the live streams or in videos. I'm probably never going to mention it again. So I'm going to link that Facebook group. And the reason I'm doing this is because it's way easier to connect with you all on Facebook than it is here on YouTube. Everyone can share in the Facebook group, so I get to see all of your tanks if you wish to share. And, you know, it's easier to have a back and forth conversation. And, yeah, I'm just going with Facebook. I don't really like Discord. I was doing Instagram for a minute there. Didn't really care for that. I think Facebook is the way to go. And not a huge Facebook fan myself, but I think it is the best option. So there's the group. The group name will change because I do want it to be a separate entity than my YouTube channel. I've already got the new name figured out, but I'm not going to say what it is yet. But for now, it's just going to be Steenfott Aquatics. And the reason I want it to be separate is I want it to grow more organically versus me on every live stream and video saying, go to Facebook, check out the group, blah, blah, blah. This way, if I change the name, we can grow organically. We can get new people, and then I can send those people over here to YouTube, to the live streams, and we can have some fun. I appreciate the Facebook page invite. Old people know how to use Facebook. Yeah, I think, is that it? Am I finally old enough that I can now use Facebook? Well, what's the new? Like, what's the hip Facebook? Has it been, are the younger generations going somewhere else? Is it Reddit? I'm not a fan of Reddit. I hate Reddit. Reddit has some of the worst fish police I've ever come across. So I was briefly going to, what are they called? Like subreddits? I don't know. I was briefly going in there, but wow, the people in those Reddit groups are just, they're gnarly. They're not for me. They are angry. They are hardcore fish police. So I went running and screaming in the opposite direction of Reddit. So I don't know where. Oh, TikTok. Yeah, TikTok's not a good place to engage. Like I'm here to engage with you all, not share stupid spasm videos. They call them dance videos, but let's be real. None of what they do is dancing. They're just spazzing out, they're like fish out of water, honestly. I don't understand it. Jamie says MySpace is pretty kicking for us old folks. Yeah, MySpace is just not very good anymore. Fish Fam Discord is like the only group that isn't crawling with the fish police. Well, luckily, I do have a very good group of moderators, and there will be no shenanigans. Well, there'll be some shenanigans, but no negative shenanigans in my Facebook group. So post whatever you want. You know, it could even be a picture of your favorite rainbow gravel fake plants, Oscars with goldfish, and God knows what else. You won't get judged. You might get some advice, but you won't get judged. So have no fear. Bob, any pie for the New Year's Eve? Or any since your 50K pie? Nope. No interest in pie like that. That was it for me. Especially now I'm back going to the gym, back on the old diet. So definitely no pie. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Garden of Whedon says Reddit is the worst for any conversation. Like, I don't understand it. Like, I get Reddit notifications and I don't even know what I'm looking at. I guess I'm just old, but I wish Reddit would go away. It's the worst. Reddit is what I thought Facebook was like 10 years ago. Just awful. Jamie says they're nuts on Reddit. If you don't have your betta in a 50-gallon by itself, then you're a monster. A monster. Gardner Whedon said, I'm scared of Facebook. It's the wild, wild west. I think Facebook has got a lot easier to navigate, a lot easier to avoid that. I think that their algorithm on what it feeds you has gotten a lot better. In some ways. In some ways, it still feeds me trash that I just don't care about. But, you know, what are you going to do? I don't think it's really the wild, wild west anymore. I think it's pretty well moderated. They have lots of good tools now to moderate groups. A lot of it is just automated. Like, I don't even need to rely on moderators, but they're there. They're there if they need to be, and I'm there. So Corey's a moderator. Old Zenny here, Zen Ginger is a moderator. We got Candy over there, and if you really want to go old school, Nisi has been doing some modding over there the last couple days since I reactivated it. So yeah, we got a good group over there. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. I've already shared quite a bit, including a post about Aquarium Co-op, which is where I want to move on to next. So I am an affiliate with the co-op. I'm affiliate with Dan's Fish. I'm going to be sharing more affiliate links. It's just something I need to do. In 2019, I quit my job to do this full time, and I have not capitalized very well at all. And so, yeah, you're going to see more affiliate posts like that. I'm not just going to be like posting like nonstop affiliate. I'm going to be shoving it down your throat. But when there's a good product I like or a good deal going on, I'm absolutely going to share it. And it's a lot easier to share there. I can answer questions. Unlike sharing in YouTube community tab where like, I got 60,000 subscribers. When I share a post in the YouTube community tab about a good deal, there's maybe like 4 comments. I can post in my Facebook group that has, I think we just passed 3,100 members, and I'll get 10 times as many comments on Facebook and back and forth conversation. I can answer questions, which is really good, especially when sharing like, deals or cool rare fish that I come across on Dan's Fish. I can answer, care questions and things like that. I think it's just going to be a lot better. So there will be more affiliate stuff. The channel is going to be treated more like a business, but I'm still here to have fun. I want you guys to have fun. So it's not going to turn into some, I'm not going to turn into just some sleazy car salesman just peddling whatever crap people will pay me to peddle. And I've got safeguards in place for that too. Old Zenny, she says that she's gonna bust my balls if I start doing that. So, it's just gonna be sharing more products of what I love and enjoy. The co-op has a lot of really cool their light is really cool. Their CO2 regulator is really awesome. So it's just gonna be a lot more product reviews and things like that, good or bad. If the co-op. I'm fortunate enough to get a lot of prototype products from Corey, and I get to test a lot of stuff out. And if it's bad, I tell him. I'm like, I don't like it. But a lot of times, I'm usually the only one that doesn't like it. I don't know. That's just the way I am. But I hope that makes sense. I think I've built a really good rapport with my followers here. I think it's pretty. I think I've earned your trust, so I'm hoping to keep that, and I'm not going to sell that trust for 5% or 10% of some sale. So should be all right. I think we'll be good. Girls just want to have fun, says Joel. I agree. And Jamie McDonald with the $5 super chat says, I'll light you up too. Aww. Paul McCarthy says Aquarium Co-op got some quality products on the market. I think some of the best stuff you can find. Like, again, I'm in a very fortunate position to be able to try prototype stuff and see all the stuff that goes behind the scenes, and it's pretty impressive what they do over there as far as quality testing. There's a lot of companies out there that are just throwing out 30 new products every single month. I'm sure you can guess which company that is, but there's no way they're testing it. They also only have like 90-day warranties on this crap that they're just throwing out every month. The customer service is not there, so customer service is always going to be number one for me. Dan's Fish, Johnny, amazing customer service. Obviously, Aquarium Co-op, Candy, amazing customer service. If the customer service is there, I'm never going to I don't care how good your product is. I don't care how good the deal is. If you don't have customer service, I'll never recommend you. I've spent over 10 years in retail, and almost my entire professional career has been customer facing. And nothing is more important to me than customer service. So I hope you know that if I'm behind a product or a company, that means that so is that company. So I did just get the co-op heater. Surprisingly very nice. I love it. I love the heater. Just submitted a request to join. I know my phone is just constantly vibrating in my pocket from all the requests. I love it. Thank you so much. Matter of fact, I'll just go through here and approve them all, unless someone else is doing it already. You do have to answer the question. So to join the group, you acknowledge that we will remove you for spamming, negativity, cursing, and attacking other members, obviously, and that you're not going to spam any links. There's no YouTube sharing, no sharing of YouTube videos, but you can like post videos and just upload them to Facebook and share them. But I don't want to send people off of Facebook. Essentially, like I don't want someone to link someone to like do a link that's going to send them away. There are links that I will approve, like fish shows, things that I think are important that people want to see. Like who doesn't like fish shows? So no spamming any links, YouTube videos, shared posts. So shared posts are like spam. So a shared post would be like I make a post on my personal page and then I use a bot to share it out on all these groups. I won't allow that because again, it's just spam. Coupons, affiliate links. It's my group. Sorry, I'm greedy. Only I'm going to be allowed to share affiliate links. I mean, I feel like it's pretty common sense stuff. So if you don't answer those questions, then you're just going to get declined. And so if you requested it and you got declined, try it again and make sure you answered those questions because no answers is an automatic decline. Look at all these cool members. And I've already posted quite a bit. This is the other thing I like about Facebook is that I don't have to worry about the algorithm. I can post whatever I want. I posted a quick video of my gecko. I posted a quick video of a stand that I built incorrectly, terribly, did a really bad job. Still posted it. It doesn't matter. It's fun. I don't know. I'm having a lot of fun with it, so I'm hoping it continues to be that way. Curtis Schindler with the $1 super chat. Thank you so much. Matt Gray with $20 super chat to kick the new year off right. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, buddy. Zen Ginger says that's exactly why I bought the Co-op pump instead of Gemco. They have great products from what I know, but their website and contact process leaves something to be desired. Yeah, Gemco. Gemco still. I don't get me wrong. I love Gemco products. I love the people at Gemco. They're super nice. But they're still running their business like it's 1998. Like they got their website on Netscape. There's no cart. You have to email them, and unfortunately, their shipping is pretty expensive as well. But I do love Gemco. I just think they need to do a little updating. You know, if you're not going to come into the 21st century, at least come into the 20th century. You know, do us that favor. Like, carts are free now. It used to be, 15, 20 years ago, even maybe like 10 years ago, like to have a shopping cart on your website, you had to buy the actual software, but now it's basically free. But anyways. Lumpy Dog says, in general, 2022 was the worst year for customer service. So many non-fish, really, yeah. I mean, really the last couple years. Thunder Aquatics says I need to get more into Facebook. Just don't get on there that much. I like Facebook because I'm in charge of a group, so I can control what I see. But if you start like going into the nether regions of Facebook, that's the bad part of Facebook, in my opinion. Many individuals have lost their manners due to the lack of social interaction in the last couple of years. My wife works retail. Politeness is lacking lately. Yeah, the anonymity of the internet has really it's bad. It's bad. There's a what was it, like I want to say like 5 years ago YouTube was coming out and they were going to do like you can only use your real name, and there was a bunch of backlash, and so they canceled that. But I was all for that. Like, so much of the negativity would be gone. People have so much courage when they're anonymous. It's ridiculous. That's not even courage. I guess you're still a coward, right? A coward. If you're like, I'll say I have no problems like saying what I think is, whether it hurts someone's feelings or not. I'm not gonna hide behind a screen name. I'll post it under my own name. I don't care. Hook them up, Bob, and maybe they'll return the favor with a pump. I'm not getting into that business ever again. I got my own website to manage. I don't want to do it to anyone else's. Oh, I don't understand how in this day and age people cannot have buying something on your website be automated. Like you have to email them. You have to get a quote. Then you have to get a shipping quote. Like, I don't know. Jamie McDonald says, I use my real name. I'm ready to stand behind what I think, or I'm ready to say what I think and stand behind it. And that's the way it should be. And I'll be honest, I've said things that I probably shouldn't have, but you just apologize and move on. Like, well, you know, it's that easy. But anyway, so that's kind of the Facebook spiel, the business spiel. I've done a terrible job at monetizing YouTube, and this is what I do for a living, and I need to be better. So, you know, don't get upset if you see a few more affiliate posts. But like I said, it's still not going to be. It's probably going to be. I mean, it'll be way under like 10% of my post. Again, it's only going to be if there's things on sale, or if it's something that I think people will find value in. That's when I'll post affiliate links. That's it. I'm not going to just like every day. I'm not going to just slam out an affiliate link. And again, it's only going to be with companies that I stand behind. So moving past that boring stuff. The stuff I'm really excited to talk about now is the fish room, and we already know, like corridoras, right? I'm going balls to the wall corridoras. Yeah, Aaron X says everyone needs to pay the bills. Exactly, I got you. And now I got a house I'm building too, so I got to step it up a little bit. The accounts are getting a little dry. Johnny says not a fan of Facebook. I casually browse from time to time. Yeah, the only thing I like about Facebook are groups that are well moderated, and I do like Facebook Marketplace. It is so easy to sell stuff. Like anytime I list something, it sells like within a half hour. So I do like that. Fish Tank Barn with 5 gifted subs. Thank you so much, Mike. I appreciate it. Paul, I look at all these lurkers. Paul, Matt, William, Silver, Johnny. Johnny, how many gifted memberships have you got? It is, in case you're wondering, gifted memberships do go to people that are more active. So if you're a lurker and never comment, not very good odds to get a gifted sub. But if you comment a lot, then you have better odds. So that's how that works. But anyways, moving on to the fish room. I feel like I'm talking a lot and really fast. You know what? I'm gonna take a drink of water. Just calm down, slow. I'm really excited, and I'm really hyper too, which is really, really weird. Paul says I do enjoy a bit of Facebook Marketplace. You can get some really good deals. I thought the gifted memberships were a one-off. I don't know what you mean. I don't know what that means. But anyways, it should be no surprise that I'm going full bore into corridoras. I couldn't even tell you how many species I have right now, but that's going to be what I'm focusing on this year. No memberships for introverts. Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of an introvert myself, so YouTube is a great place for introverts, right? We get to sit in our own house, in our own room, nobody around, nobody bothering us, but we can still interact with, what is there? There are 160 people here. How awesome is that? Like, this is a great place for introverts. And how many species of corys am I up to? I don't think I've gotten any new corys since last week. I can't even keep track anymore. I am getting some new corys this week. Oh, excuse me. And I'm probably going to be ordering some corys next week. But I think because of the holidays, I didn't get anything in. I could be wrong. Oh, you know what? I did get an order. I got a really big order too. Was that last week? Maybe, no, I think that was the week before. Never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about. It's all this corridoras is just turning into like a big blend. It's just all blending in. So yeah, this year the goal is, and I've said this before, so this is nothing new, but I want to breed 24 different species of corridoras. I don't know why I picked that number, just 2 species a month. I think it's doable. Everything I breed, I will either sell on my website or hopefully sell to Dan's Fish, and maybe find it on his website. But probably most of it, unless I end up with like 200 stir-bys, then I'll just ship them off to Dan. You can have them. But I I don't know why. I'm really digging corridors. They're really awesome fish. Great community fish. Johnny says my CW10 spawned last week. Gave the fry away though. Yeah, and like once I start spawning Corys, I'm definitely gonna start doing giveaways on my channel. Selectively, I don't know a good way. Like, what if somebody wins that like just got into fish last week? They randomly found my channel, and they don't even know what corridors are, but they win. That's what I'm afraid of. But I think there'll be a good way of doing it. Like I'm not too worried about it, but it is a possibility. So that's the only thing I'm worried about as far as giving away fish. But I will definitely be doing fish giveaways. I'm going to be reaching out to some of these companies that I'm working with, and doing more giveaways. So if you go back to my channel like 4 or 5 years ago, I always did giveaways, and I've gone away from that because it did kind of turn into a hassle. Like there was some drama, and I'm like, I'm never doing another giveaway again. But I think it's long enough. It's so far in the past. I think I can get over it and try it again. So we'll see. Glitch Aquatics says, I'm focusing on apistos and killifish this year. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if, you know, what this is going to look like long term. Maybe I spend the whole year breeding corridoras and I absolutely just fall in love with them and I never do anything again. In my mind, I'm thinking, okay, this year I'm going to breed corridoras. Next year, I'm going to breed loaches. And maybe the next year after that, maybe I'll do apistos. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Or like I said, maybe I'll just love corridors so much that I just never do anything else. We'll see. But I'm excited. I'm excited to I think this is going to be a great year. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And I hope you all stick around and go on this journey with me because it's going to be pretty sweet. Rescue Dog Treats says, oh, I feel like I haven't seen you in forever. Welcome. Says, I love Corys. I have a community tank with horseface loaches. Do you think they would be compete? No, they wouldn't compete at all. I've kept many different. If I go back like 3-4 years ago, I was kind of nerding out on loaches. I had horseface loach, I had rosy loach, mooseface loach. I really want to find some mooseface loaches. And I'll probably actually be getting some mooseface loaches on Friday. More on that later. Will you be selling any of them locally? Yes. So 2 years ago, when I was selling fish on my website, I sold locally as well. So there'll be a section when you're going through checkout, like you can either pay for shipping or you can select local pickup. And so that's what you would want to do. And that will still be an option. Fish giveaway phone interview by the Zen Ginger. Can you play the guitar? The guitar, I see. I can. I won't, but I can. Maybe eventually. I'm not the best guitar player. Let's take a little side tangent here because a lot of people bring up these guitars, and I want to talk about it right now. About 11 years ago, I watched a video on YouTube, and if you want to see it, it's called "The Best Guitar Solo Ever" by Prince. I watched this video, and I immediately had to get a guitar. I don't know exactly 10, 12, 15, I don't know how long ago. It was a long time ago, at least a decade. And I got an acoustic guitar, and I started playing it and started learning it. Then a little bit after that, I was watching Battlestar Galactica, and I heard a song on Battlestar Galactica. You probably all know it, Moonlight Sonata, and I was like, oh my God, I have to learn how to play this song. So then I started taking piano lessons. Man, this might be like this might be way longer than I thought it was. This is really going back. And I actually have a piano. That's what this is right here. And I'm a way better piano player than I am guitar player. So anyway, so I started playing piano, and my guitar just sat there forever and forever and ever and ever. And my mom mentioned that she wanted to learn how to play guitar. So I gave her my guitar because I hadn't been using it. Well, I didn't give it to her. I was like, here, have if you want to learn, here you go. She thought I gave it to her, and she ended up giving it to someone else, and I was just like, that's like my first ever guitar. Like, you never give away your first. You always, no matter how crappy. And this was a pretty nice Yamaha, But it's like, no matter how crappy it is, you always keep your first guitar, right? So I was pretty sad about that. And then I just decided a little bit later that I want to get back into playing guitar, and now I go back and forth. Not as much lately since I've been building my house and moved and all this crap. But I will get back into it, and yes, so eventually you'll probably see me playing them. Like I mean, I could turn on the piano and play it right now. The guitar I'd probably have to tune and practice for a little bit. But anyways, that's the story with the guitars. Yes, I can play them, but I'm a much better piano player. Like I could just sit down anywhere and play piano. Now I forgot what I was at before I was talking about that. But this is a good segment right here. Hoon Aquatics with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Ryan. I appreciate it. It says, current favorite corridors you own. Any underrated species that have surprised you? So this is kind of a loaded, the second one is kind of a loaded question. The favorite corridors I own right now are the corridors Robine. I'm not really sure. Beautiful species. I'll pull up a picture here for you real quick. Oh, I totally butchered that spelling earlier when I was messaging you. Let's see. This is just a really cool fish, so I want to show it to you real quick. Probably one of my favorite flagtails. Yeah, the corridors Robine. I don't know. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right, but I have a group of 8 of these, and they are big, and they just look amazing. So there you go. Those. Let me come back here. Now, as far as part 2, any underrated species that have surprised you. So I've actually started with a lot of the more common species. The Venezuelans. I mean, I wouldn't say like the common species. They're obviously like Paleotis, albinos, sterbies. But that's a tough. They all surprise me. They all do. I mean, it's walking into my fish room right now every morning and seeing like all the corridoras spawning is so cool. It's a really cool sight. But which one would I say have really surprised me? Probably. I would say the reticulatus are super active, so that's nice. I did pick up a group of black Venezuelans, which are also pretty active. I mean, but that's like obviously those are awesome, right? The punctatus I have, and then the Delphax. I think the Delphax probably. If I had to pick one, it would be the Delphax, and it's because they're like bipolar. Sometimes, I'm sure it's something I'm doing, maybe just like making a lot of noise in the fish room or whatnot, but sometimes it doesn't matter. They're either all hiding or they're all like really super active, which is really weird. They're the only ones. So like I have like the CW96, they're not very active ever. And then you have like the Venezuelans or the like the punctatus. They're just always active all the time. But the Delphax, they're like a little of each. I don't know what causes their mood swings. Maybe I'll figure it out. The other thing I figured out today, I actually went to Petco today, and I got freeze-dried tubifex worms, and that stuff is like crack for corridoras. I haven't bought any freeze-dried tubifex worms in a really long time, in like years. Freeze-dried anything really, and I put some in about 6 tanks that I have corridors in, and they were going nuts, absolutely nuts. Scruffy City Aquatics says, how are you handling so many fish spawning? I'm not collecting any eggs right now. I can't. I don't have the time. So yeah, nice species, corridors, Robinate. Yeah, really nice. Thanks for the guitar answer. I'd really like to see you make a vid of playing instruments. I've done it. I've never posted it. So there's a little, we'll go on a little tangent here again. I've only played piano for 2 people, one being my parents. Well, not counting my instructor. So, classically trained on the piano, by the way. I play classical. And then I played for my ex. We were at a resort. They had a piano in the lobby. It was very like Pretty Woman-esque, if you've ever seen that movie, because it was like 2 in the morning. And there was some liquid courage involved at the time, and I just sat down and I played. And yeah, that's the only time I played in public. Eric Wyrock says, "Oh my God, give me some orange Venezuelans or Similis." So I'm hoping to pick up some Similis this week, which is what I said earlier about getting some. Corey and I are going on a little road trip. We're going to be visiting some fish stores down in Portland, and I'm hoping to find some Similis while I'm down there. That's the main thing I'm looking for, because I really like Similis. I don't have any, and I should. And I'm hoping to find some rare species. We'll see. Gonna go to the wet spot. There's I forget the name of the other store there, but there's a couple other stores that we're gonna visit, and hopefully find something cool. Now, I do have a comment to say about the orange Venezuelans. I don't know if I'm just getting like really good Venezuelans, but I bought some Venezuelans and they look like orange Venezuelans. So I don't know if there's a difference between a Venezuelan Corey or an orange. Maybe someone who knows a little bit more can chime in. But I see him called like red sailfin Venezuelans, orange Venezuelans, and then just Venezuelans. All the ones I've got look identical. I don't know. And I saw a comment here. Where was the Delphax? JT says the Delphax looks similar to Loxosonus. Yes, I have Loxosonus too. I actually have them both. I think they're right next to each other too. I got one more rack to build, and then we'll start seeing fish room videos in the fish room. Yes, that's it. World of Wet Pets. We're gonna go to that one. There's one more, I think. Gressa says, I have frozen tubifex, and pretty much none of my fish go for them, but they love bloodworms. So not freeze. Have you tried freeze-dried tubifex? I will say, what was it? My darter tetras weren't too thrilled with the worms, but I have them with the darter tetras are with my Robinet, and the Robinet were going psycho for them. It's like catnip for cats. Like, that's the best thing, I guess, the best way I can describe it. It was like every single Corridora was going crazy. So I'm glad to know that now, because now I got to go and find somewhere where I can buy freeze-dried tubifex in bulk. We love our albinos. Yeah, so I am getting albinos. I am getting Paleotis. Yeah, I will be getting the more common ones. Just to breed them, right? Just to check them off. Abinish says, what are easy to breed Corys for first-time breeder? Paleotis. Paleotis should breed without you even trying. The other interesting thing I've actually found out about Corridoras is that they can go a lot colder than you realize. So I've been doing a lot of researching as far as like collection points, what's where do you got to go? Because I'm, spoiler alert, I'm probably going to be going to South America this year. So I've been doing a lot of research, and some of these Corridoras are being collected in waters that are like 55 degrees, and not even some, like a fair amount. So it's really, really very interesting. Scruffy City Aquatics, I've seen them called red sailfins. Yeah, I feel like they're all the same. Venezuelans, orange. I got a group of Venezuelans in this tank right next to me. I think I might have got them from the co-op. Just Venezuelans. That's all they were labeled as. Not orange, not red. And they're orange. They have the orange markings. So, I don't know. Am I going for Master Breeder this year? I don't think I can technically get the title because I'm not in any... I'm not involved with any aquarium societies or clubs. I don't know if you need that certificate. Like, The Greater Seattle Aquarium Society, I'm like a master horticulturist. I've got that certificate. I don't know that I could just sit here and breed like a couple dozen corridors and say I'm a master breeder. I think a master breeder needs to span like multiple categories of fish. But I don't know. I don't really like. I don't need the term. I don't need the title master horticulturist. I don't need the title master breeder. Yeah, that's certainly not why I'm doing it. But if like in 3 years, if someone called me a master breeder, okay, sure. But I would never call myself that. Grass-fed said I've never tried freeze-dried. The only thing I don't like about freeze-dried is how much it floats. It floats forever. And I know you can squish it and stick it on the glass, but it still just floats. Not the easiest for corridors to get to, but they will swim around in the water column and attack it. Johnny says my tub Corys came in at 53 degrees Fahrenheit. They were doing great. I find mine spawn best around 63. Yeah, I'm telling you, they can go way colder than people realize. I just had a little heating malfunction in my room, and I had an entire row of Corys down into the 60s, and I was feeding them. I was doing everything. I didn't even notice it because they were just acting normal. I find that emeralds are large overall and belong to a different species compared to greens. Thank you for the clarification. Oh, you're talking to someone else. Whoops. What's the difference between green Corys and emerald Corys? I think emerald Corys are Brocus, and I don't know what I've never heard of green Corys, but emerald Corys should be a Brocus, not a Corydoran. Like Brocus splendens, I think are emerald. Right? Emerald Corys are Brocus splendens. I don't know. I almost feel like I have to take a step back because everything is just like I've absorbed so much so fast that now everything is just kind of blending together. I got this big mush of Corydoras knowledge in my brain. But I think I need to like take a step back and start filing all this information into different folders in my brain. What percentage of my stock are Corydoras? Easily 50%, maybe 75%. I have some colonies of plecos that I might be selling to fund my little Cory project here. So I've got about a dozen L398s that I might sell, and I've also got a pretty rare ancestris pleco, bushy nose pleco, the L59. It's a gold dot bristle nose pleco, and I've got a colony of I don't even remember, like 6 or 8 of those that I might sell. But we'll see. I have a feeling that this new Cory addiction of mine is going to turn into a pleco addiction again. Catfish. We'll see. And speaking of catfish, I am planning on attending the Cataclysm this year, which is they've teamed up with the American Cichlid Association on the same weekend. And let's... Oh, my gosh. I need to find the link. Let me get the link right here. I don't want to get the information wrong. Let's see. I just sent the link to Fish Tank Barn. Let me see. Here we go. The 2023 combo plate... I can actually just pull this up on screen. Let me do that for y'all. Takes a minute to load. Kind of a slow website. Let's go here. Center this a little bit. The combo plate. Cataclysm and ACA better together. It's in 192 days. If you want to know the exact day, it's July 13th through the 16th in Madison, Wisconsin. Wisconsin is one of the states I've never been to, so I'm pretty excited to go there. It doesn't list the speakers yet, I don't think. But yeah, I plan on attending this event, obviously. Here's all the speakers right here. I don't remember seeing this last time. So the only speakers I recognize here are Lauren. Oh, there's more. 2 more. Oh, Chris Biggs, I recognize him. There's Lawrence Kent here in the blue shirt, and one of my favorite Pleco people, the Pleco Queen, to the right of Lawrence Kent. That's Pleco Barbie. I've bought in Plecos from her before. She's been all around the world collecting. Same with Lawrence Kent. Same with Chris Biggs. I'm sure if I was to look at their names, I would know. Oh, here we go. We can just do this. We can see the speakers. Oh, look at this technology. How crazy. Okay, what happened here? Julian. Yeah, I honestly don't know who any of these people are. I apologize. Oh, Pam Chin. I know Pam Chin. I met her at Fishtoberfest. Barbie Fiorentino, the Pleco Queen. Lawrence Kent. I love Lawrence Kent's talks. If you ever get a chance to see Lawrence Kent, I highly recommend it. He's been all over Africa and who knows where else collecting. And I'm ashamed to admit that I don't know, that I only know these three. So, but hopefully after this event, well, four, I guess. Hopefully after this event, I'll know all of them. And the thing I think is neat about this event is they have, like, I don't know if they reserve like an entire floor of the hotel. Let's see, do they say here? So you see this right here? It says room sales. So basically, breeders or people will bring their fish and they'll just display them in their room, and you basically just walk up and down the rooms, and you can buy fish just walking up and down the rooms. I think this is such a good way of doing it versus like a convention center type where you're really kind of bogged down as a seller. I don't know. I'm really excited to see how this works out. I'm sure they've done it before. I've never been. I don't know, but pretty excited. I've wanted to go to Cataclysm for a while. I've just never gone, and obviously I'm going to go now because I like cats. So there you go. If you are going to go to that, let me know. I'd love to meet you. Xanadudu says, excited for my orange Veni Corys, the Bandits. Yeah, I got my con colors coming from Dan next week. Really looking forward to that. April says, Bob's coming to Wisconsin. Wisconsin? I sure am, and don't hate me for my terrible accent. Now, I say 99% because I don't have my dates confirmed for going to South America yet. And so there's a small chance that very small chance that I might be in Brazil. If I'm not, then I will 100% be at Cataclysm. If I sell Corys, are you going to call them Bobcats? That should be what I name the title of the page on my website. Bobcats. SJ Fishing Adventure says, going room to room is like trick-or-treating for fish. It was so much fun at the Triple Crown. Yeah, so it sounds really fun. So I'm really excited. We'll see. Where is that comment? I don't see it now. I don't see your comment, Rach, but thank you, and Happy New Year's to you, too. Green Corys are the same as bronze. They just have a green sheen. And so emeralds are Brocus Splendens, and green Corys are just bronze. Per Rob McClure, Brocus was reclassified into corridors, but the distinction has been maintained by aquarium hobbyists. Well, I mean, blame the exporters. They're the ones selling them under Brocus. There's so much changing in the corridor world right now. I don't even pay attention anymore. Like, I tried to. Everything is getting reclassified. Like, it's crazy. Can't keep up. Don't even care anymore. Hey, so I'm setting up my fish room. I took inspiration from the girl with the fish tent. I bought the same tent, but mine will hold 12 10s, 920 talls, and 40 longs. Awesome, Carlos. That is, you just don't see fish tents. I've never seen a fish tent until I saw Danny's, so it's good to see someone else will be setting one up. Hopefully you post some pictures of it on YouTube. That'd be pretty sweet. Big Shrimpin', a.k.a. Steve, says, hey, Bob, I got 5 of those eels coming from Dan. They've been on my wish list since first found out about Dan's fish. I think those are the first time he's had those eels, aren't they? Either way, those eels sold fast. Like, I was going to make a post about those eels, like, hello, people, you should be buying these eels. And then there was like 40, some of them in stock. And then by the time I went to post it, there was like 5 left. And I was like, oh, well, there's only 5 left. Grassfed says, do you keep Aspidors as well? Yes, I am 100% collecting every Aspidors I can find. Oddly enough, I do not have the most common one, which is the 6-ray, although it is no longer an Aspidor. So this just happened in October, I believe. We are down to only 15 species of Aspidors. There was 22. 7 of them got reclassified as corridors, and I wouldn't be surprised if more of them do. That's the 6th line, or the 6th line Aspidors. The Kudo Punctatus radiatus. I don't know. It's one of my favorite ones, but I don't have it. I got the Rochai, Posilius. The closed captioning is having issues with Brocus. Well, thank goodness I don't care about getting the live stream demonetized. I have 4 species of Aspidors currently, and if I had my way, I would have all 15 species and all 7 that got reclassified. You're right, Bob. Those eels are awesome looking fish. I know. I noticed somebody bought some a little bit ago with, dwarf redtail eel with my affiliate link. So whoever that was, thank you so much. So I can see everything y'all buy with my affiliate link, but I can't see who you are. So, which obviously, right, that you shouldn't be giving out that information to you just shouldn't be giving it out. So I see the sales. I don't see who bought them, but it's still pretty neat. Dwarf redtail eels. A lot of sales recently, so I appreciate everyone for using that link. The Corridors and Corridors World number changes make my head hurt. Yeah, and we haven't even like begun to see the differences. Like it has, if they actually like sit down and dedicate some time to it, we're really going to see a shakeup of the 9 families, which sounds like a mafia. If you don't know, there's 9 different lineages of Corridoras where they're all classified in. And I think it's going to get shaken up. Bob's a bad influence. I blame my bad spending habits on him. It ain't me. I mean, if the fish weren't awesome, you wouldn't buy them. But I get it. I've been spending quite a bit of money on Corridors lately. I should probably be slowing down, but I'm hoping to have a good year. So hopefully, like I always say, you can always get more money, and you can always get more. Whether you got to work a couple extra hours of OT or rob a bank, you can always get more. There's only 1 lineage of Aspidors. So there's 4 groups, 9 lineages, as I understand. I don't consider myself to be a Corridors expert, but I hope after this year, I can consider myself to be a Corridors expert. And that's one of the other reasons why I'm doing this, is like I'm going to be obviously documenting everything, right? We're going to have videos on YouTube. But I also, at the end of this year, I want to be able to go around and give talks on Corridoras. I want to. I've been asked multiple times by various clubs to come give talks, and I'm like, I'm just a YouTuber. Like, I don't see the value in a club paying for me to come do a talk right now, because everything I would talk about you can already find for free online, like in a live stream or in a video. So I'm hoping by the end of this year I can actually give a talk that will bring value to a club, because honestly I would feel bad, like a club in Florida paying me like $1,000 in airfare and hotel for me to come give a talk for something that you could just watch on my channel for free already. I mean, I would feel bad. There's no value in that. So I have been enjoying traveling lately. I traveled a lot last year, a lot for me, a lot more than normal, and I would like to do more of it. So hoping to get some value that at the end of this year I can consider myself an expert. Like, I can give all sorts of talks on rainbow fish, but you can see all that stuff for free online. And yes, you are going to see a lot of corridors videos coming down the line. But like I said, I'm documenting like separate documentation to throw together into a talk. When are you trading in those Ibanez for a Les Paul? I mean, the Jackson is definitely my favorite, but the Ibanez is my first electric guitar, so I'll never get rid of it. All right. I like the bank robbing plan. Working more sure doesn't sound. Here's the thing people don't realize about robbing the bank, right? There is zero down, like there's no negative aspect about robbing a bank, right? You rob a bank, either way, no matter what happens, the next 10 years, you're going to get free housing, free food, free everything, no matter what. Whether you get away with it, whether you get caught, you're still going to live for free for the next 10 years. Like, where's the downfall? You know? It's win-win. Win-win. I think there could be value. I mean, I know there's a lot of people that like me and want to meet me, but I'm going to do that on my dime. Like, when I go to Aquashellas, like, well, I mean, somebody else paid for me to go to Aquashella last time, but, you know, when I go to these fish shows on my own dime, like, that's, you know, get value of meeting me that way. Not on, most of these clubs don't have a lot of money, right? I mean, they're just scraping by. So, I want to offer, like, real value. Don't sell yourself short. You're too tall for that. Hi, Bob. You're robbing a bank? Bank robber. That is an odd silver linings. You always got to look for the positives, right? Just saying. My state makes inmates pay for the incarceration, so there is a downside. Well, don't okay, so don't rob whatever state you're in. Don't rob there. Go to the state over. You need a different jurisdiction there, apparently. Just don't say poignant. I know I'm saying it wrong. Poignant. Just don't say poignant. Poignant. What's the other word I can't say? I mean, there's so many. But there's one other one that you guys always make fun of. Viola. Jeez. I don't know why I get crap for saying viola. Like, that's the word. Viola. My state makes inmates pay for their incarceration. That's weird, because in here, you get paid. Like, you do your time, you get paid like $1 a day, so when they let you out, you get a check. It's poignant. It's not poignant. If it was poignant, there wouldn't be a G in the word. But there is a G. Poignant. Poignant. Rob a federal bank and go to federal prison. Well, if there's anyone that deserves to be robbed, let's be real, it's the federal. You know, the feds. I mean, they waste so much money anyways. Like, go and take some for yourself. This is going to get wasted anyways. 87 cents a day. Bob, have you leopard cories? Yes. Picked up 5 adults as my first type. You will not be disappointed. So I'm going to tell you my leopard. I look over here because my leopards are right over here. They were very shy for about 2 weeks. It took them quite a while for them to come out of their shell, get used to their surroundings. And now I see them like cruising the glass all the time, back and forth, up and down, all over the place. And maybe it was just the group I got. But in my experience, it took them quite a while to warm up to me. And, you know, my dog's barking and bumping into the tank and things like that. Hi, I'm Date Bob. Nice to meet me. Bob, do you pronounce it picturesque or picture skew? Picture... Okay, wait, let me see how this is read here. See, you should have just put the word in first, because now I'm just going to say picturesque, because that's the first way you spelled it. But it's like knife. It's not knife, it's knife. Or S-word. It's not sword, it's S-word. I'm in no way, shape, or form does Bob condone bank robbing in states that make you pay. Yeah, because then you're just losing. That's a bad investment, right? You want to rob banks, as a good investment, not a bad investment. Good thing the FBI is busy at Twitter. The FBI is not busy anywhere. They don't do anything. I almost went to work for the FBI out of college because my one of my professors was personal friends with Robert Mueller. I mean, this is like, I don't know how long ago this was. And so he actually put in a referral for me. And, yeah, I just wasn't into it. Bob, I did TikTok complaining about common goldfish. Hit 100,000 views yesterday. Yeah, it's easy to go viral on TikTok. You got to get them 10,000 followers and then just collect your paychecks. My red terror is such a coward. I thought it would get used to its surroundings, but it's been at least 6 months and he still hides like a frightened child. Never owned a red terror. Bankers robbed people blind 15 years ago, but none of them got a vacation at Club Fed. Yeah. And, I mean, let's be honest. They're still robbing people. What a joke. What a joke. I got all my cashola in my mattress. But it's not the mattress in my house. It's some random mattress out in the woods, so don't come shaking down my house. You're not going to have a good time. Then the money's not even in there. It's all gone because I spent it all on Corridoras. Someone's got to make my license plate. Yep. Hello, Bob. What is your favorite Corridora? And if it's not a Panda Corridora, why not? It's definitely not a Panda Corri because Panda Corris have given me nothing but problems. I've killed every group of Panda Corris I have ever gotten. And I hope to conquer the Panda. Don't get me wrong. They're cool fish. They're awesome. I love the way they look. But man, have I not had good luck with Corris. It's the only Corridoras I've ever killed every time I've gotten them. I don't think I've ever killed an entire group of Corris ever. But I've tried Panda Corris at least 3 times that I can remember. Probably more. And they've always just died on me. Always. And every time I say this, people start sending me pictures of all their pandas and how they're breeding and how they're doing so awesome. And it really makes me feel good. I promise. But, yeah, Panda Corris, man. Hopefully I can conquer them this year, though. That's the plan. I'm going to buy some here probably next month. They're on my list. Johnny says we had a nice group of hobbyist bred pandas. Amazed how well they did. See? Just every time I mention Panda Corris and then I kill them, someone's got to be like, ours are amazing. I ain't mad, though. I ain't mad. What's my favorite one? My favorite Corridora has always been the Vulcan or the CW111. Way out of my price range. Hopefully someday. But yeah, the Vulcan Corri is really, really cool. Mitchell Broom. Hey, I was hoping to see you. Did you get any of those Robinets? I'm curious if you got any of the Robinets. Corridoras, Pandas, and Corridoras Astro Personatus have always been very sensitive in my experience. I almost bought, actually, I went to the co-op, I think about a month ago, to buy some Astro Personatus. And they actually wouldn't sell them to me because they would have, but they were like, look, we got these like 2 weeks ago. We're losing like one a day, and we're not really comfortable selling them. And I was like, dang, I drove all the way down here just for that fish. And then I ended up buying the Venezuelans, so, it was a wash. Curtis says you have CW123, don't you? I do. I think I got 7 or 8 of them. Ish. Small group, but I do have some. BJ Palmer says I had several types of Corris back in the dark ages. They were easy back then when I didn't know anything about how to care for them. Yeah, I mean, generally, I would say that about just about any Corridoras, is that they're pretty easy. But I don't know, man. Them pandas, they're my Achilles heel every time. I'm waiting for the Robinet still. I pushed the shipping off until after the holidays. Oh, so as long as you got, so eventually, as long as you got them though, that's cool though. I'm loving mine. If you got them from the same place I did, they're really a good size. They're nice and large. And mine are really active. I'm tired tonight. I fell asleep in the chair. Hope that's not a sign of getting old. Well, I'm glad I'm so exciting that I put you to sleep, Paul. Jeez. Jiminy Christmas. Oh, man. Work says, I want to try a laser quarry next time, but I need pygmy or maybe habrosis for my shrimp tank first. Pygmies are easy to get. Habrosis, still pretty easy to get, but they are a little less common. So if you have the option right now, I would get habrosis now and pygmies later. And Mitchell, I might have asked you this before, but are you gonna? I think I did, but my memory is terrible. Were you gonna go to Cataclysm next year? I think I asked you, but like I said, I've been asking so many people, like I don't remember. I need to stop asking because I just forget, anyways. You know who's stealing your money and not even bothering to kiss us first? It's the legalized loan sharks who are most of the country's only means of higher education. Crazy interest rates. Anything that's subsidized is going to be awful. So, yes, those subsidized loans are getting really out of hand. It was before you started, so don't worry. Okay. But weren't you in the last stream, so I put you to sleep in the last stream? Or do you fall asleep in between streams? I'll be honest. I have fallen in between. I've fallen asleep in between streams before, and more than once. I think there was one time I was like, I don't know if Candy's still here, but I think it might have been like 2-3 years ago. Like she's blowing up my phone. All kinds of people. Ginger Grumble, my other mod, blowing up my phone, and I'm just like snoring away. And then I was like, oh, I got stuck in traffic or some stupid excuse on why I was late. Oh, that was funny. I'm still debating Cataclysm, probably. Awesome. Tanner's Black Venezuelans bred last week. He has like 20 plus. I was very nervous about ordering my Black Venezuelans because I got them from a wholesaler. You don't always get the best fish. I bought 12. I lost one, but the other ones are doing really good. So, knock on wood. I hope they do well for me. They're a pretty good size, but definitely they're not at spawning size yet. Dell says, I got some new Chilothrina centenniensis and Melanotania Williams Creek breeding. If you'd be interested in the younglings, sourced through Marcel from John. I mean, centenniensis are amazing. The Williams Creeks are really awesome too. I would absolutely be interested. If you want to email me at steenfottaquatics@gmail.com. I don't know when I'd be able to take them because my fish room's a mess right now, rebuilding. But just let me know how much you're asking for them, and I'll let you know. Hey, Bob, serious question. I inadvertently killed my arowana, and she sat dead in the tank for about 2 days because of the holidays. She found the water, did 2 heavy water changes, no ammonia. How long would you wait to put fish in there? If there's no ammonia, I'm going to assume that there's nitrates and that your tank is still cycled. Or if you lost the cycle, obviously I would wait. But if the cycle's still good, I would not hesitate to put fish in there. Zen Ginger says, Bob, you might be ignoring me about the Corridoras Natariri and Corridoras Melani, but I'm going to ask again. I answered. I said I could get Melani. But I'm going to ask again anyway. Are the ones you can get your hands on and or would be interested in... Wait. Are the ones you can get your hands on... Let me start over. You might be ignoring me about Corridors Natarite and Corridors Melani. I'm going to tell you right now, the Melani I can get are outstanding quality. But I'm going to ask again anyways, are those ones you can get your hands on? Okay, yes. Yes, I can get Melani. I cannot get the Natariri. And or would be interested in breeding. So I bought Melani. If you remember the Corys I ordered about a month ago, where I got like 4 or 5 different species, like 60 to 80 fish total, and they all dead. They all just died in shipping. One of those were Melani. So I'm absolutely going to be buying some more Melani. I can get some extras for you. I'll give you a price after the stream. They're not going to be cheap. I can tell you that much. Melani are generally some of the less expensive corridors, I would say. You know, right around that $10 mark, but these are going to be more expensive. I'm not ignoring you. I just didn't see you. I apologize. And yes, I will absolutely be breeding them. Steve Edwards says, Bob, are you going back to work tomorrow? Yeah, I am, because this is what I do for work. This is my job. I am, which is completely bleak. Love the time off and getting to peruse the aisles of my multiple LFSs. I want to say something to you, but I don't know what to say. But I know that feeling, and I am so glad and blessed that I don't have that feeling anymore. I am so incredibly grateful that every day I get to wake up and do what I love, and it's all because of you guys. I remember those days of just dreading to go to work. Like when I worked for Comcast, oh my gosh, I was like, I never made it through my vacation. Like January 1st, I used all my vacation like in January. It was just, I don't miss that feeling. And I generally feel for you. Like I know exactly what that's like. And, man, I am so incredibly thankful that I don't have that feeling, and hopefully we'll never have that feeling. I mean, I'll never go back to a corporate job ever. If I go broke, I'll go putt around in South America and do something. I don't know, but I'm never going to chase paychecks again. I'm never going to make someone else rich again. Never happening. Like, the price of freedom is worth so much more than the amount of the paychecks I was getting. I don't even know what, like, if there was a dollar amount to get me to go back to work, I couldn't imagine what it would be. It would be like, so when I quit my job, I was offered a huge raise to come back, and I declined. It was like, well, it wasn't huge. If it was a percent, it would have been like 30 some percent, like 35%. And I was like, nope, not going to happen. So I feel for you. I hope you can find freedom someday, and I hope you all can, because it's just not worth it. It's not. Night Owl Aquatics says, I love the Melani Cory. Me too. So Melani, Mate are two that I really want to get, but I've had a hard time getting good quality of both of those fish. So I finally found some really, really, really good quality Melani, and I'll be getting some of those. The corridor is Granti, Peruvian skunk Cory that the Wet Spot has, are real nice. Yeah, so I might pick those up. I'm going to be there Friday. I like the Granti over the Aquatics. Both of them are skunk Corys, but one has a rounded snout and one has the pointed snout. And I do like the Granti better. So I might pick some of those up when I'm at the Wet Spot. Amy says, I got the back to work blues. There's a few jobs that I didn't like. When I worked at the golf course, that was really fun. When I did landscaping, that was, I mean, it wasn't fun, but it wasn't like, oh, I got to go to work today. So, I mean, not all jobs are terrible, but man, corporate jobs, yeah, never doing it. I would rather die of starvation. Like, I'm 100% serious. It's just miserable. I can't even explain. Sitting in a cubicle. Ugh. Anyways, I'll move on. I sort of solved the going back to work after a long vacation by splitting them up. Nowadays, I do every Friday, every other month. So I ended up having long weekends half the year. Yeah, I mean, there was I switching to 410s helped. But then, like, I got a really bad 410 schedule to where I only got one day off because if you work 410s on graveyard, it is absolutely the worst because you only get one full day away from work. And that was really brutal. Damn, Bob, you're not helping the return to work buzz. I do look forward to everyone else returning to work, because when I went to Petco today, I was like, there are too many people here. Like, I was just like, don't you people have jobs? The traffic. Oh, that's exactly what I said. I leaned out my window and I said, don't you people have jobs? Like, there's too many people here. Regina Flandy says, I've owned my own business for almost ever. I could never work for someone else again. Yeah. Honestly, if YouTube was like, in order for you to be get paid on YouTube, you got to have 1 million subscribers, I'd probably just go open my own fish store, to be honest. You know, I would just start a business. Amy says, I truly love my job. I need to work on better balance. Balance is definitely important. It's really important. My last job, I had to make deals on my last job. I was like, tell me what you need to get done today. I don't care how long it takes, but when it's done, I need to go home. Like, I want to go home. So they'd give me a list of tasks, and as soon as I got them done, I would go home. So you give me a list of tasks, I'll get that stuff done in like an hour. I don't care. Like, I will bust my balls just to be able to go home early. Like, that's the kind of incentive I need if I was to ever go back to work. I work for the Big Four, so it doesn't help. I don't know what the Big Four is, so it doesn't help. What's the Big Four? I've never heard of that. Whipsroll says, I work 410, so I get 3-day weekend every week. Holidays like Christmas and Thanksgiving, I get 5 off. That is, Paul says, retired. Yeah, so the 410 shift, if you can get during the day, yeah. But my shift was from 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. So I would get off work Friday at 6 a.m. I would have Saturday off, and then I'd have to go back to work Sunday at 8 p.m. So you're only getting 1 day off, essentially. Oh, it was such the worst. Johnny says, I'm very task-oriented, too. I'd speed run every day if I could. Yeah, I remember, like, even in high school, like, I was negotiating with teachers. I was just like, give me all the homework right now for the whole semester, and I'll get it done right now, just if I never have to come back. There was one teacher that worked on, but I had to come back for the test, obviously. There's another teacher that worked on, but the homework was like 60% of your grade. And then, you know, like attendance is like 10%. It was so that as long as I did all the homework, I didn't even have to go back and do the test. Like, I'm going to take my D, and I don't like the way that sounded. I was like, I'm going to take my C. Well, that doesn't sound good either. I'm going to take my 65% and never come back. It worked really good with my shop teacher, because the shop teacher, I was like, look, what do you want me to do? Like, what do I have to do? And he's like, clean the entire shop, organize all the wood, all this stuff. And I got all my friends to help me. I got it done at like day 3 of the semester. Never had to go back. Although he did lie to me. He said he would give me a B, and he only gave me a C. So, but he eventually got fired anyways, because obviously he's not very honorable. I know the Big 3, but the Big 4 is new to me. I've never heard of the Big 4. Wait, what? PwC, I don't know what any of that is. 65% isn't a C or passing. I don't know where you're at, but where I come from, in my district, there's no failing. You don't even have to show. The minimum grade in my district right now is 50%. Don't show up, never do homework, never do a test, you get 50%, which is obviously failing. So you basically have to do one thing to pass. And they wonder why all these kids are so stupid. I mean, really. It was Big 5 until Enron. JD Parcher says, I guess I'm one of those people that have to go back to work tomorrow. Rotating 410 shifts are great. Twice a year, you get 5 days off. Yeah, I like what's the fireman schedule where you work like 40 hours in 3 days and then get the next 4 days off, something like that. I don't know our work had one of those too. But it was like all the people with seniority took those shifts. Or you worked like 10 days in a row and then you got like 3 weeks off. It was something crazy like that. The way he handles the mic, I can believe it. Wendy says 25 years as a dairy farmer, longest vacation 3 days, 7-day-a-week job. Unless, I mean, really, anyone who owns their own business is not getting days off. So if you have your own dairy farm, yeah, you're not getting any days off. Really. I read utility meters. I read utility meters for 5 years. They were paid by the route and not hourly. I would get off work before lunch and get paid overtime. That's nice. That's a good gig. The big four is Metallica, Megadeth, Slayer, and Anthrax. That's funny. Carlos says, I work 48 hours on and 96 off. Is that the fireman schedule? I don't know. It's been so long, I don't remember. Medcow says, I wish I didn't have to work, but I like money and being able to afford to buy stuff and not worry about. Yeah, don't get me wrong. Like, I live a very minimalistic life. Like, I don't have a new car. My cell phone's really old. Like, I'm not a very materialistic person. I don't need that stuff. So my life, I live a very minimalistic life. So there's definitely a trade-off, right? I used to work 2 full-time jobs, 80 hours a week plus overtime. And I had all the toys, all the gadgets, cars, motorcycles, trucks. I think at one point I had like 5 vehicles, and, you know, it just wasn't worth it. Like, I was missing Christmases. I would sleep at Christmas instead of seeing my family, but I was so motivated by money, like I didn't even care. Now looking back on it, I was just like, man, what a waste of time that was. What a waste of money. Like, so much money wasted on material things that are just worthless now. But anyways, we can get back to fish if you guys want. Or are we going to keep talking about, whatever you guys want? My dad worked as a fireman, 24-hour shifts, day off in between, and 3 days off after 3 24-hour shifts. Hey, whatever ended up with your motorcycle? I still have it. It's funny. I actually, I have 4 vehicles right now. But they're not like nice vehicles. So of the 4 vehicles I owned, the most I paid for one was $2,500. I got my F-150. I got a Nissan Xterra. I got an 89. I got a 95 F-150, a 2001 Xterra, an 89 Ford LTD. I think it's an 89. I don't even remember. Ford LTD. It's an old State Patrol police car. And then I got my 2007 Honda Shadow. Or is it 2011? I don't know. But I paid $2,500 for the Shadow, and I think that was the most expensive I paid for all of those. Am I healthier? I am healthier, and I'm happier. Scruffy City Aquatics says, when the utility board decided to make it hourly, most of us left, and the new people wouldn't read all of the routes. I hear it was a mess. The old system was perfect. I'll tell you one thing. I hate when those people come and read my meter. Like, you can read it remotely. Why do you need to come in my house? Like, I absolutely love when my dogs are outside when they come to read the meter, because they won't read it. It's like, I'm not bringing them inside. You're on my property. Like, I don't care. You want to come read my meter? You got 3 dogs to go through. Have at it. Medcow says, yeah, I get it. I wish I hadn't bought as many cars as I did. I wasted most of my money on them. I have a 2016 Colorado now, and that will probably be my last car till it dies. Yeah, I mean, such a trap. I know so many people that spend like 6 years paying off their car just to go trade it in and do it all over again. I feel like a lot of people are that way, and I don't get it. Like, you're trading in a perfectly good car, no payments, just to get payments again. And payments that are most likely higher because everything costs more. This was 12 years ago. We're just adding the remote systems. Yeah, they in my old house they tried to put in the Wi-Fi readers, right? So they could just scan it from the street. And even then, I was like, no, I blocked it. I'm like, no, no, you're still gonna have to come in my yard. You're still gonna have to go through my dogs. You're not sending this Wi-Fi through my house. Scruffy City Aquatics says I used to train people on how to read and handle dogs. It's probably a pretty important skill for that job. I quit my corporate job in 2021. It was the best decision of my life. I had a BMW motorcycle, beautiful apartment. I couldn't enjoy any of it because all I did was work. Mm-hmm. My next truck is going to cost nearly as much as dude, the price of trucks is just getting ridiculous. Even from like 10 years ago, you could buy a brand new truck for under $30,000. And now they're like $100,000. Get out of here. Why would you ever pay $100,000 for a truck? My truck was like 2,000, maybe 2,000-ish. And you know what? My truck went everywhere that Jimmy's brand new Toyota Tacoma went. You know, his was 50,000, mine was 2,000. I went everywhere he did. And bump into a tree, who cares? Somebody bashes their cart into my truck, who cares? Like, who cares? I don't lock my doors at all because who cares? Like, it's just so much easier. Paul, bringing it back to fish, on a fish that I probably cannot pronounce, Xenotoca doadroi goodeids are being added to the fish room soon. This one I gotta Google. Paul, I think that's a new one for me. Maybe. Oh, the San Marcos. Okay. That's a good one. I like the red tails on those. Orange, red, whatever. Even the mid-sized trucks are 50 to 60. Yeah, even the Rangers are like 50. Like, get out of here. Ridiculous. And they're just getting weaker. Like, they're not even better. What? Brandy says, I accidentally got my car for free. Well, we know who's stealing cars around here. I accidentally stole a car. Let's just see what she has to say. So I accidentally got my car for free. I switched loan companies, and the original put my name on the title and letter sent it to the DMV. I went bankrupt while keeping the car and house. Free car. Wow. Bank error in your favor. Collect $10. That's crazy. I've had some pretty nice bank errors in my favor, but I've never gotten a free car. Whoops World says, I bought my 09 for $25K. Same truck today is going to be like $60, and you could probably still sell it for $25. That's what's crazy. No theft. I think it's theft even if it's accidental. Like, I still think it's considered theft, right? I don't know. I'm pretty sure in the wording of the law, if they were to say something, but maybe not. I mean, you know, you have the title in your name. What do I know? I mean, I certainly wouldn't be like, hey, you made a mistake. Here's your car back. I would have kept it. Zen Ginger says, in 2001, I got a Ford F-150 and the King Ranch Luxury Edition. I love that tan leather. With all the bells and whistles, and it was only $38,000. That still seems like a lot for 2001. But that's still like a $120,000 truck right now, at least. I need something to pull my trailer. Plus, when I move to the mountains of Tennessee, I'll need to have something to get me up the hill. Yeah, mine. I was really surprised. My 91 F-150, that thing is a beast in the snow. Absolute crazy good. Paul says, I did drop my phone the day before Christmas Eve. I have no choice but to buy a new one this week. Yeah, I really need a new phone. Pretty badly, but I can't spend $1,000 on a phone. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. I can't wrap my head around spending $1,000 for a phone. It's like I could go buy for $1,000. I could have a really nice laptop, not a freaking phone. I don't know. Brandon says, I needed that blessing. X was taking all the money. I'm keeping it till it dies. That's what I'm doing with my cars, too. Yeah, but anyways, I still have the bike. It still needs, Curtis, I still have the bike, and it still needs a carburetor rebuild. That's all. It's still just waiting for a carb rebuild. Nobody around here can rebuild carbs, though. I mean, I should probably just buy one off eBay, honestly, but not a high priority. It's like I could spend $300 on a carburetor for a motorcycle I won't be able to drive in Washington until like July, or I could spend $300 on some corridors that I could get right now. Are the Phoenix Stingray lights worth the price? If I'm being honest, and I like to be honest, I am not a huge fan of the Phoenix lights. Of the Phoenix Stingray, I own a lot of Phoenix Stingrays, probably like 24-ish, and in my experience, they don't last very long. LEDs start going out. Drop it in the tank one time, it's dead. That's one thing I really like about the new co-op lights. Like, you could keep that thing underwater for like a year and it'll still work. That's an exaggeration. I think they tested it for like 30 minutes or an hour or something. I don't know. But just dropping it, like, you shouldn't be able to drop a light in a tank and just have it be destroyed. Get the new carburetor, you squid. Get the new car. Well, I couldn't drive it. Like, this has already been like a pretty crazy winter. There's no way I'd be able to. I mean, talk to me in the spring. Maybe I'll spend the $300 in the spring. You can get an $800 off. You can get $800 off an S22 now. Yes, but there's two things I'm not going to do. I'm not going to take a contract. I'm not going to be under a contract, and I'm not going to make monthly payments on a phone. That is ridiculous. So yeah, I did. I went phone shopping about 2 weeks ago. I need to switch to T-Mobile because Verizon, for whatever reason, like the last 2 months, Verizon has been terrible. I've been stuck in 3G on and off for like the last 2 months. It's been the worst. So I need to switch to T-Mobile. I went to the T-Mobile store and I was like, you know, I got a Note 9. They were like, ooh, we'll give you $17 on a trade-in. And then I was like, well, what about this little guy right here? You know, I got this iPhone 11 Max. And they're like, no, we're not going to trade. We're not going to give you anything for that. I'm like, Note 9, you'll give me $17. An iPhone 11 Pro Max, you're not going to give me anything for? And they're like, oh, the screen is too scratched. I'm like, are you kidding me? There's like one little scratch right there. So they kind of pissed me off. And they wouldn't give me the plan I wanted. I just wanted the essentials, the basic $45 a month plan. I'm out in the boonies, right? I got Wi-Fi. I don't need 3G or unlimited 5G, all that crap. And they're like, oh, we can't get you set up on the $45 plan. You have to call in for that. And I'm just like, get the F out of here. They kind of pissed me off. About to tear my bike apart and rebuild the title. Well, hey, if you want to come here and rebuild my carburetor, I'll put you up in a nice tent. You know, have a campfire. I'm on an S22 Ultra right now. I don't think I got the $800 rebate, though. I drove over my old phone with my truck and destroyed it. But yeah, on a plan, making payments. I get it. Like, there's, you know, the payments, like you're not paying interest or anything like that. At least you're not paying interest, or you shouldn't be. I hope not. So it's really like you're just paying for it over time. I just, no. I don't know. It just doesn't compute in my brain for some reason. 5G is mind control. Well, I don't know that I would go that crazy, but I don't want 5G. Like, I want 4G. I don't know carbs. Nobody knows carbs. You know, my cop car needs a carb rebuild. My bike needs a carb I'm telling you one thing right now. I'm done buying vehicles with carburetors. 100% done. I took my cop car to a shop, and they're like, well, we could rebuild the carburetor, but we don't really have someone that's like an expert at rebuilding carburetors, but we could probably figure it out. I'm just like, yeah, Lord, what am I going to do with this thing? I just got to keep buying new carburetors all the time. Brandy says, I just got my student loans completely forgiven, a teacher program, bachelor's and master's, $74,000 erased. I've turned into a cat. I might end up in a serious problem, but sticking the landing. That's pretty cool. My best friend that passed away a couple years ago, he was a teacher, and he was like 2 years away from getting all of his loans erased as well. Because I don't know, something about teachers, like you get, after a certain amount of time, they just go away. I don't know. Send the carb to me, and I'll rebuild and return it the next day. So here's the Here's the real problem I have. I had somebody local to me, it was an acquaintance, say that they could rebuild the carb. They had the bike for quite a long time and never rebuilt it, but they did tear it apart. So it's a little bit more than a carb rebuild right now. And I'm honestly probably better off just buying a new carburetor at this point, because I don't even know if all the parts are there. So, yeah, I'm kind of in limbo right now. Greg says, I'll lease you some aquariums and corridoras. No trade-ins allowed. No, I would never lease anything. And I know it's just a joke, but leasing is like the worst thing ever. Anything with a carb never runs right. Well, I don't know that I agree with that. I'm sure like there's carburetor experts out there that can make it some pretty. I love driving carburetor cars, like old hot rods, and I love the way carburetors sound. But yeah, give me that fuel injection, way easier. On T-Mobile, we paid for our phones outright. I mean, that's what eventually I'm just going to break down and buy one. I'm just waiting for like a really good, like refurbished deal to come up on eBay. But I didn't really find anything amazing during the holidays, so I don't know what I'm waiting for. Like I just need to buy one, but gosh, it's just so much money for a phone. It's just a phone. I mean, really, it is more than a phone. I mean, it basically runs our lives now, but still. Almost, buddy. Almost. Just a little bit more to go. I don't know if you guys can hear him crying. Hopefully not, but he gets a little jealous of y'all in the live streams. So it's the only time the dog gate goes up, and he gets a little jealous after about an hour and a half is usually when he starts, and we're at hour and 40. But you're just fine. You can make it another 20 minutes. And then I'll give you all the pets and all the loves. We'll go outside. We'll run around. All right. Obviously, I'm a teacher, high school science. Kids have no interest in getting a real skill. They all want to be influencers. We are losing skilled workers. That's funny because I was supposed to give a talk at my roommate's school about being an influencer, and my whole talk was going to be to try to talk him out of it. But then he died. You'll still have to deal with clogged injectors. Well, sure, but way easier. Is the Petco tank sale still on? Yes, I was there today, and when I was there, I really tried to sweet talk him into giving me this 60 gallon for half off, but they weren't having it. I'm like, I really want these 60 gallons. They're like perfect Corridora fry grow outs. Like if you got a lot of Corridora fry to grow out, 60 gallon, like that was my plan, but they just wouldn't do it. And I'm like, well, I'm not paying $200 for a 60 gallon tank when I can buy the 75 for like 115. So I don't know. I really want to find a bunch of like 15 gallon tanks. I think I really want to try that size. I've never had a 15 gallon tank in my life, and I want to try a rack of 15 gallons. I think that'd be a pretty good size for breeding corridoras. I know you can do them in 10s, you can do them in 20s. Well, why not do it at 15? But a 15 gallon tank at Petco is $49.99, and again, it's like Why would I pay $50 for a 15-gallon tank when I can buy the 20-gallon tank for $25? I'm sorry about your friend. I'm still in the angry mode. Like he basically killed himself. I'm still in the angry phase of that. I don't know the steps. I should probably deal with that pretty soon, but I'm still in the angry phase. I don't know when I get. I don't know how I'm gonna get past the angry phase, but I need to get past the angry phase. But I've been in this phase for like a year and a half now. Still pissed off that he killed himself. He didn't like commit suicide, but he basically did. He knew he had a medical condition and ignored it, which is basically killing yourself. And it really pisses me off, and haven't dealt with it yet. So we'll see how that works out well in the long run. Oh boy. Let's see. I found a guy on Facebook Market and got 3 20s and 2 10s for $90. I'm telling you, Facebook Marketplace, it's a good place to go. What kind of camera do I use for my videos and live stream? So my live stream is a Sony 6400. Right now I'm using this Panasonic HC VX1 4K camcorder. But I am wanting to. Here's the thing that's getting me to sold on upgrading my phone and actually upgrading to an iPhone. Is that Corey's been filming all his videos with just an iPhone for like, I don't even know, like the last year maybe. I have no idea. And that sounds pretty good to me. So I'm almost there. I'm almost to the point. It's like, well, I could spend $1,000 on a new camera, buy all these stupid lenses, or like there's all these channels with like 1 million subscribers just making videos with their phones. So maybe I just buy a phone. I don't know. I'm almost there. It's going to be one of these situations where I'm so sick and tired of being in 3G that I'm just going to rage buy a new iPhone out of spite or something. I don't know. That's what I meant. I'm sold. I don't know. I wonder how much I can get, because I can get tanks at wholesale. I don't know where my wholesale list for tanks are. I reformatted my computer, and boy, that's always a pain in the butt. I always like lose all my files. Not lose them, but just lose like where they're at. Somewhere I have my wholesale list of tanks. I'm gonna have to look what wholesale price. Wholesale prices on tanks are more expensive than the $1 per gallon sale. But I can't believe, I gotta believe that I can get a 15-gallon tank for cheaper than $50 wholesale. I mean, I just gotta be able to. I'll have to look that up later. Did you Hulk smash the new rack when you seen them mess up like you did when you were building your house? No. There was a silver lining with messing up the rack. And that is my terrariums fit perfectly on the rack. So I still have a couple reptiles, and one of them, there's a 40-gallon breeder terrarium, you know, where the front glass opens. And it fits perfectly right on it. So now I've got my terrariums on that rack. So obviously way lighter. Don't have to worry about it crashing down. Oil heater is 1500 watts. I don't know what Inkbird is rated for. You guys talking about heating your fish rooms, or I don't know. I'm missing a lot of comments right now. I'm sold on 20 longs. I'm about around 100 of them. I do have my 20 long rack. It's only a rack of 3, but it's 3 high. I can't do 20 longs because the shape of my fish room is basically like a 20 long. Just obviously a lot bigger. So it's like if I do it this way, I lose a lot of space. If I do it this way, front to back, I lose a lot of space. I'm probably going to end up with just using 20 highs, but I could see how 20 longs would be really good for corridoras. Rocky Mile says, during the stream, I have paid bills, done 2 loads of laundry, and washed my dishes. Nice. They make some weirder sizes still. Lifeguard makes pretty good bookshelf tanks and rimless. They're spendy. Yeah, the 15, I can get the Aquarium 15-gallon, just your basic tank. at wholesale. I'll have to see how much it is. I was close to Hulk smashing, though. If that terrarium, Curtis, didn't fit in there, I would have Hulk smashed for real. Paul says, I found it tough when I lost my friend. I found it tough when lost my friend? It wasn't my fault. I done loads to help him. Okay. That was lost. I found it tough when I lost my friend. It wasn't my fault. I done loads to help him, but still feel bad to this day. But I know it wasn't my fault or anything I could have done. See, mine's the opposite. I sat down and had a conversation with him. He owned the house that I rented for like 20 years, right? I lived in the same place for 20 years. And I was like, we were just talking, and he was like, look, if going full time on YouTube and selling fish will make you happy, you can have the garage. I won't charge you extra. Do whatever you need to do if it'll make you happy. So it's really because of him as wise I was able to do this full time, which just pisses me off even more. It really does. That's my favorite stage, an empty tank with lots of possibilities. Hey, buddy. If you don't whine for like 5 minutes, I'll let you come over here. How about that? How about a compromise? There you go. There you go. Nice pat on the head. Yeah, my friend was someone who would do anything for anyone else, but never did anything for himself. Rocky Miles says, I had an opportunity to get 15 long complete with plants and guppies, but didn't have the room at the time. Definitely regret it now. I've never heard of a 15 long. The Aquarium 15 gallon is literally like right in between a 10 and 20 high. I don't know. I think it'd be pretty fun. I'm going to see. I'm going to try. I'll see if I can get some. Dan said he paid what we pay for wholesale tanks. It different. The wholesaler that I have access to is definitely more expensive than the $1 per gallon sale, or 50% off sale. But it depends on the size, right? So the smaller tanks are actually more expensive than the 50% off sale. But once you hit 75 gallons, then they start becoming cheaper. So a 75 gallon for me wholesale is $105. Hey, no, go sit down. That's enough. Go sit down. Go. No, go sit down. So the 75 gallon for me is $105. Now the sale, they're at like $115, I think. So yeah, right when you get to that 75 gallon, that's when they start becoming considerably cheaper. And you get up to like 200, 125, 150, 180, 210. Those are considerably cheaper. I'm setting up a new betta breeder rack while listening to you have 8 bettas in 8 marine portrait tanks. All right. Danikin, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you. I was lurking in your last stream there, where you guys were talking about everything but fish, which was really cool. Good to see you, my friend. I've got to concentrate on my health this year. I need to do more myself. Health is your first wealth, right? You have nothing if you don't have your health. I'm extremely lucky in that I'm a pretty big dude, right? I'm 6'1.5", 280 pounds, but all my labs come back perfect every year. But I'm definitely still like overweight for sure. So I got to do better myself. But if I ever, because I get my annual physical every year, and I make them test for everything. They're like, we don't think your insurance is going to cover it. I'm like, then I'll pay for it. I don't care. So I make them do everything every time. If something came back to where I had to change my lifestyle, I would absolutely change it. And I don't why people don't. I don't know. Like, I'm not afraid of dying, but I'm not in a hurry to die. So, like, jeez. Zen Ginger, all Bob's fishy links. Let me see. Let me look at this. Well, let's check. YouTube. Facebook page. Is it already updated? Oh, no, it goes to my public account. My public figure account. Got to get that changed to go to the group. Support on Patreon. I know that's not going to work because I deleted my Patreon. To everyone who is still a Patreon of mine, I appreciate it. But I did delete my Patreon because I can no longer, in good faith, give any money to Patreon with their disgusting company. What's the merch link? That should go to my website. Good. Very nice. Get Outdoors. Oh, Discord link is in here. No one ever comes in my Discord and hangs out. Oh, the invite's expired. Oh, there you go. The link doesn't work. All right, so most of them. Oh, we got Dan's affiliate link in here. That's pretty nice. Love it. I love it. Email at Steenfott Aquatics. All right, that works. All right. Couple dead links in there, but hey, I'm certainly not going to complain. I appreciate the work that that you've put into this. I'm lost. I just had some random pop-up on my thing here. But yeah, anyways, Liquid Zoo, I certainly appreciate it. Fish Tank Frank says, I'm not afraid of dying, but I'm in no hurry. Exactly. Okay, check the links, Bob. I can edit the pages now, so tell me what you want to delete. Oh, well. You should have just got that, right? So we want to get rid of the Patreon, because screw them. What else didn't work? The Discord one didn't work. I think all the other ones were good. I think we're good everywhere else. The Get Outdoors channel. I do have the next adventure planned. However, it's not going to happen until the spring, so still got a ways to go. But there will be some Get Outdoors content coming in the spring. Curtis says, I have a 13-gallon I was given, and it's such a strange size, 26 by 16 by 8. That's the portrait tank, right? Is that what it's called? The portrait tank? I actually think I just gave one of those away. Paul says, I need to lose my weight. 50 pounds in weight, ideally. Well, maybe we can be accountability buddies. Because like I said, I just started going to the gym. I got clearance last month on my shoulder, but I still waited. No reason other than I'm a procrastinator. But yeah, we should start like a Fish Fam weight loss contest. Sorry, late. Had a board meeting. I feel like you could find us some sweet camping spots now, Danikin. Is that true? I mean, I'm sure you already knew a bunch of sweet ones, so I guess that's kind of a dumb thing to say. Trying to deal with a busted up back right now. That can't be fun. Brandy says, don't hear your back. I was 120 pounds heavier and destroyed my back. Weight off, but back is jacked. TN Fishkeeper says, I don't know where I was totally misreading that. It says, Happy New Year, Bob, from Minister. Are you Minister Brandon? So, okay. I know Minister Brandon. You're now TN Fishkeeper. I'll try to remember that, but I probably won't. Don't get offended, but I'll try to remember it. I need to get behind this Discord thing. I hate it. I'm only kidding when I say no one comes to my Discord. I'm not a fan of Discord at all. I don't like it one bit. I find it to be a very, very annoying program. I was at the gym this evening. Awesome. I go at 4 in the morning now. 4 to about 5:30 is my gym time now. Just don't let me turn into a gym bro, because they're the worst. All right? I didn't last time. In 2021, I went to the gym every day for 6 months straight. And I didn't turn into a gym bro then, so hopefully I won't now, but, keep me honest. Don't let me turn into one of those gym bros, because they are literally the worst. Okay. Right, Bob? Weight loss competition. Oh, I'm sorry. I did say if you shut up for 5 minutes that you can come say hi. And then I forgot. Here, let me move the dog gate. Get out of the way. Ugh. Okay, come here. Come say hi. Come on. Come on. Come on. There you go. Thanks, buddy. Gym bros don't hit the gym at 5. Oh, they're there. They're there. When I get there between 4 and 4:30, and they're there. Granted, there's only like 2 of them, which is nice. That's why I go that early, but they're still there. Philip says, last year I did get rid of 160 pounds of fat. That's when my divorce. I almost said congratulations, but then you got me. Lucky. Oh, thanks for the hug, buddy. Thanks. Oh, big hugs. I missed you too. Blame them. It's their fault. It's their fault. We don't French kiss. No, we don't French kiss. We hug. Oh, there you go, buddy. You almost got me with that one. I'm going to try Hip Camp on our place. Hip Camp? What's Hip Camp? Fish keepers would be welcome. 100-acre South Sound site. Wait, Wendy. Wait, you have 100 acres South Sound. Wait, what? 100-acre South Sound site. Quick access to Chinook Pass and backcountry. Though we have a trailer. Whoa, Wendy. How do I get on your 100 acres? Does that sound weird? I felt like that might have sounded weird, but heck yeah. I don't know what Hip Camp is. Should I be worried? But I'm down. 100 acres? That's amazing. Nisi says, I personally feel like that was a challenge. I'm going to tag Bob in Discord and message every day until I get bored. Oh, man. Not a fan of Discord. I know you love it. I know a lot of people love it, but I don't. I definitely do not. I gotta Google Hip Camp. Oh, jeez. I'm not afraid to go into the woods with a bunch of strangers. Hip Camp. What is this? An online marketplace company that offers outdoor stays and camping experience. Is this like Airbnb for camping? Is that what this is? Did you reserve 100 acres or do you own 100 acres and are going camping? Now I'm really confused. Oh, Wendy says Hip Camp is like Airbnb. There you go. I'm going to try Hip Camp on our place. Oh, okay. So you own it and you're going to try to list it for people to go camping. I get it. The wheels turn slow here, but they do turn. Man, I don't know if anyone is racing fans. Nope. But I just got the word Ken Block just passed away in a snowmobile accident. I don't know who that is, but it is always sad when somebody, even if you don't know him, there was someone that passed away here a couple days ago, a radio, not a DJ, talk show host, that I've listened to for like decades. He passed away this weekend, and it's just like, I've never met him, I've never talked to him, but it's still sad when that happens. Okay, removed Patreon and added your Facebook group. Want me to remove the individual Facebook page altogether? You can, that one's my public figure profile, so it doesn't really matter. As long as the Facebook group is like front and center. Actually, let's just get rid of that one too, just so it's not confusing. Look, Corey just keeps messaging me. He doesn't even realize I'm streaming right now. Just keeps messaging me. Oh, my payout from Dan's Fish is on its way. Thanks, Dan. I appreciate it. All right. That's always a good email to get. Hip Camp. Wendy, can you email me at steenfotaquatics@gmail.com and just say, this is Wendy with Hip Camp? I just have a couple questions, if you don't mind. I'd appreciate it. I've lost a lot of students in my 20 years of teaching. It sucks. Yeah, when my friend passed away, obviously he was a teacher, but he coached football, wrestling, softball, and volleyball, and something else. And so like everybody loved him. And there was like this whole big memorial. It was crazy. I can imagine like losing a teacher that I didn't have very many teachers that I cared about, but I definitely had a couple that, man, I would have been like destroyed if they passed away. Ken Block is a rally racer and amazing stunt driver and co-owner of DC Shoe Company. Oh, I don't like him. Sorry. No, actually, that's a terrible thing to say. I shouldn't speak ill of the dead. Just not a fan of DC shoes. Sorry. I apologize for saying that. That was insensitive. He has crazy driving videos, calls Gymkhana. Brandy says, I have 2 kids in NFL right now. What? I used to be friends with the punter from San Francisco. Has a younger brother that I was friends with. That's about as close as the NFL that I ever want to get. And yes, Jamie, Dory Monson. Yeah, I was pretty sad to hear about that. Mike Kirkpatrick says, "Wow, Ken Block always seemed invincible." How did he crash or? Oh yeah, you said snowmobile accident. Didn't Jeremy Renner just have a really bad snowmobile accident or something like that? I don't know. Getting old sucks. I'll tell you right now, I can't wait till I'm an old crotchety 80-year-old. Like, I feel like old people get away with everything. Like, you could pretty much do anything, and all you got to do is say, I'm old. I'm old. What are you going to do? I'm old. Like, you can't do anything to old people. Like, they're old. What are you going to do? I'm looking forward to that. You get, like, immunity. At some age, I don't know what age it is, but there's definitely an age when you get immunity to basically everything. Driving, like, backing into stuff. I'm old. What? What are you going to do? I'm old. Like, really? You can just do anything. I don't know, like 70 maybe, 75. There's got to be an age. No problem. We have Viking reenactment, folks. Oh, nice. Photographers' weddings. I'm trying to think of things to do with the place that will preserve it while paying the property taxes. Ooh, I bet the property taxes here are high. I'm about to find out when I do my taxes. Oh, it's already tax time. We'll see. Bob Vance says unsubscribe. Can't wait to spray kids with the hose and tell them to get off my lawn. I hope to be so far removed out in the woods that I won't have an opportunity to do that. But when I go into town, I'm gonna be old and crotchety. You better believe it. You better believe it. Starting to use my age as an excuse because I don't give a shite anymore. Dolbeck Aqua Designs, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you. The only Discord people should go to is Fishcord, with basically just let everyone... Wait. Which is basically just everyone and not channel specific. Ah, but it's Discord. I hate it. All right, you probably got to go out. I think that's why he's whining. So we got it. And you want to come say goodbye? Come here. Come here. Come on. Come on. Okay. Say goodbye. Not to me. Oh, more hugs? Thanks, buddy. Thanks, buddy. Such a sweetie. Such a sweetheart. All right, we're going to call it because I know what this dog needs to do. And I need to get him outside before he does it in my fish room. I remember when Frankfurters only cost a nickel. I remember when Costco hot dogs were only $1.50. The immunity age also allows you to wear Velcro shoes and not be creepy. If Velcro shoes were easier than slip-ons, I would wear Velcro, but I'm all about that slip-on life. In and out, lickety-split. While they canceled the rest of the Bills-Bengals game, they had to give a player CPR on the field and is en route to the trauma center and is in critical condition. All right. Thanks for ending the stream on that kind of vibe, Danikin. Jeez. What's with all the death? We got to end this. This is getting really morbid. Zenny, everyone, Nisi, Candy. Oh, man. Curtis, everyone. I can't name you all because there's 100 and some people here, but I appreciate you all coming here. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for listening to my rants. I really do appreciate it. And like always, I will be back here next Monday. If you're on Facebook, just please go and sign up to my Facebook group. Right now, it's Steenfott Aquatics. That's all you got to search. But like I said, that name will change. But for right now, you can still find it with that. I would appreciate it. I like interacting with you guys. And right now, I only get to do it once a week for 2 hours. So Facebook will allow me to do much more shenanigans. So that's all I got for you. Thanks, everyone, and I will see you all next week.